Hello everyone, Asto here, and today we are continuing the adventures of Victoria in Skara Brae. In the previous episode, we got to explore the cellar, the sewers, the catacombs, kill a green dragon in the tower, and find a demon that was a god in this place, a mad god. And now we continue trying to figure out how the hell do we leave this place. First off, we come to this blue tower in here. That is a triangle-shaped nightmare to navigate. And we will do quite a bit of exploration in here. There are many different rooms in this trifecta thing, but there are only a few of them that you actually need to engage in. Let's see if the thief didn't steal anything from us. And let's eat his cheese. Now, I also need to always remember to put on my remove traps, because otherwise the game can be rather miserable. So let's see what we can find in these rooms. I know where we need to go, but I will give you a general overview of the place. There are lots of wizards and elementals here. After the green dungeon with the dragon, things start to pick up in difficulty a little bit, but it's nothing too concerning. You will notice that I am using both the greed loot and the regular UO loot for it as well. And that's because some enemies have items that cannot be picked from the greed loot. So it saves us a bit of time to not have to go through the options and do it. There's a really pretty garden in here. With a bunch of different plants inside. Let's take a look at this. A map of the Savage Empire. We will explore it eventually. And a beholder. Those can be quite hard depending on the general difficulty of the dungeon. In the Mind Flayer city, they gave us a really hard time a few episodes ago. But in here, they are somewhat squishy and easy to deal with. If you remember from the previous episode, we got a crystal sword that is not an item in the inventory, but it's something that we are carrying with us. If we go to our quests tab, it will show us in here somewhere. We found a crystal sword, a silver square, a key with an unicorn symbol on it, and a couple other things related to this quest. In there's a teleporter to get you out of this place. And here we have a statue. This person that we just killed turned into a giant bear. That applies heavy bleeds on us. Let's focus on the beholder next. And now this giant here, stone giant. They can stun you and have heavy ranged attacks, but if your physical resist is high enough, they won't bother you. We got a fire elemental spellbook and a bunch of low-end currency. So let's double click the sword. We hit it with the crystal. We double click the statue. We hit it with the sword, and we found a jade box. And opening the box, we found a key with the symbol of a tree in it. This is Nepturine ingot. We'll take it. It's probably worth quite a lot of money. Map of an alternate reality. Oh, are you guys familiar with this alternate reality? I spent quite a lot of time in it. That's nice. Now let's continue. You see the enemies in the here are all over the place. There are some very weak ones and some very dangerous ones. You should always be mindful of threat spiders, especially in large groups, because their poison and paralyze are no joke. We are getting thirsty. So now we will go all the way up. This is an Azure Monk, so it can stun us with his special Kung Fu abilities. But fortunately, they didn't have time to do it. In here, we the shards can be very dangerous as well, so be mindful of them. Let's double click this door. We have a key, and we can talk to Kylie Aaron. This is his tower. Mangor has trapped me in my own tower by unleashing his minions in my hallways. We were once friends, Mangor and I. Now power has corrupted him to the point where companions serve no purpose. Take this ebony key. It will not work in the door to Mangor's tower, but he did say that it would work on his secret door beneath the streets of Skara Brae. I also want you to have this small chest that has a relic inside. Choose one so it might help you in your quest. Go now, and may you vanquish Mangor and his evil void. And now we have a choice of another artifact for us. Let's take a quick look at our gear and see where our weakest slot is. Probably this belt. Wow, this belt is terrible. Let's see if we can find a belt in here. We could also we could go for a shield or something, but our shield is quite good, so it would be difficult to find an artifact in here that had enough points to surpass it. And yeah, start quite a lot of items, and this isn't a particularly good user interface. So just take your time going through it and making sure you get what you actually need. Here we have a belt. Is this the correct thing? Yeah. So now this one gives us psychology, magery, magic resist, and meditation, which are not at all great for us. It's one of the problems with the Skara Brae artifacts. They are mostly tailored to mages. But what can you do? 5 magic resistance is just something. So our belt gives us 2 dex, 1 hit point, 1 swing speed, and nothing else. So we can get more regen, but I think that we will keep going for the hit chance increase. We are 32 now. So we are 42, 45, which should be the cap for this point. We will keep updating our gear as we go. We have 20 more points. So let's get ourselves a whole lot of health regeneration. Look at this now. We are hit chance capped, defense chance capped with this belt of the Archmage. There's only one more thing that we really need to do in this place, so let's get on to it. And as you can see, we did one episode, and now we are a couple minutes in the second, and we already have 2 artifacts. So once your character gets going and gets slightly powerful, this is a great place to be and to get yourself geared for harder content. Just want to make sure they didn't steal anything too important. Oh, they stole our cheese. We can't allow that to happen. Oh, anyway. So we have 2 artifacts from this tower already. Even though the skills aren't really useful for us, we can customize them to fit whatever needs we have. And let me check my notes. I'll take those coins, thank you. And we come down here for Kiliaran's treasure chest. There's quite a few treasure chests in here, actually. Let's get the mage first. This dragon is being rather tanky. but we are much tankier, especially now that we have extra health regeneration in our belt. Hopefully they will stop stealing our mana eventually so we can cast our consecrate weapon. Otherwise we will be here for a while. No, they really like stealing our mana. And their stamina. But we triumphed. This is a stuffing basket. Double click for information. This is a basket of cotton that you can stuff creatures with. The stuffed creatures can then be used to decorate your home. Single click this basket and select use. You can target the corpse of a creature. If it can be stuffed, you will create a trophy to take with you. Any creatures you use laying will display whose laying this creature and where it was slain. Oh, it's for bears, lions, serpents, and lizard men. You found a silver triangle. You will need all 3 silver shapes to obtain the silver key to Mangor's chamber door. When you have all 3, seek the golden skull and use it to place the shapes on it. Let's check if we have all 3. In the quests tab, we have a silver square, silver triangle, and are we missing something? I don't think we should be missing something, which is interesting. Oh, Dragon Slayer wand with a whole lot of effects on it. That's nice. Let's check this. Yeah, just a few coins. Never mind. So there was another trapdoor coming from this way, but we need to go to the other direction to get out of this place. This one will take time. Just a few more coins. This place seems to be absolutely loaded with trapdoors. which is great if you have worked on your searching skill. Quite a few gems as well in this one. Good finds, good finds. And now let's tap on the ominous symbol. And it takes us to the Keepers of the Magic, the Mage Guild. Before we adventure further, I would like to make a quick stop at the bank and deposit what we have so far. Mostly to make some more space for more loot. And I can never quite remember where it is, but this isn't a large place, so it won't be much of a problem. It's very funny that this is like a word trapped in the void, but we can still access the banking services. Those guys are very serious about their jobs. And we need to put this hat here. We'll just take a few more of those bottles of acid with us. And I think that we're good to go. Now we have to go to the sewers that we had found before from a secret passage here in the cellar. Now if I could only remember which side actually had the gate for it. I think it was here. Again, if you are a younger character, take your time, do the fights one at a time. Victoria is a tough lady and she can hold her own here. Which might or might not be the case for whoever you are using. And now that we reached the sewers, all we have to do is go up. And here we have an entrance to Mangor's Tower. Since we have all the required items, we can just step right in. There are multiple floors to this place, with scaling difficulty in enemies, but it's mostly fine. There are lots of those NPCs. There are the Mangor's guards in this place. Some of them are a bit tanky, which is a nice change from most enemies. Oh, look at how dark their armor is. You can barely see it in this background. And let's keep exploring and see where else we find. There are some ominous decorations in the wall. This place isn't extremely large, it's just a bit hard to navigate at times. So respect your character and its skill level and you should be fine. If fighting the regular mobs here is being difficult, then you really have no business fighting the boss yet. You should go fight the easier enemies a bit more. There are those faces in the wall that are traps. Evil-wise can be difficult if you're a newer character, but they can be very squishy as well. Again, having a consecrate weapon on a paladin, it's really handy. There's an altar here in case you're running out of tithing points. And another leech. Draconic leather, we'll be taking that, thank you very much. Ouch. I don't really know which bones are the most useful or if any of them are sellable at all. Because I have never bothered to craft with them. So maybe I'm leaving some really good loot behind, but it's part of the process. Oh, there are scales in here. Azure scales. Does it sound? Oh, found a broken covered chair. Let's make a haunted house one day. We are getting a lot of decorations themed around that. a treasure map. Let's take it. An ogre magi. That can be difficult to deal with. It's a good benchmarking monster. Basilisks will paralyze you, but if your magic resist is up, then there's not much to worry about. Mine is at 125 with a total of 100 skill points. I should probably put a few of them down once I have more skills, but we are all good for now. There's also a Soul Sucker, which is an upgraded version of the Gazer, which shouldn't be too much trouble. Let's just check up here real quick. Greater Demon, and nothing else. Let's leave the demon alone and enter the portal. Here we have a lot of NPCs at once, and I don't want to walk too much around this place because I don't have my removed traps anymore. The werewolf can bleed you, I believe. Yes, they can do some really nasty bleeds. But otherwise you should be fine. 11 points in bow crafting in the trinket's really nice. Let's get the remove trap back on. Continue our exploration. This vampire summons a lot of things, and a demon lord has a lot of strong mage abilities. Let's deal with the demon lord. Well, we got a lot of gold again. That was really nice. So there's a wide variety of enemies here. And if you take your time, it's very manageable. Some rooms will have 2 or 3 of them, but at this point in the game you should have learned how to kite them. let's take another portal. So we have a demon, an elder vampire, and an ogre magi. So in case things get difficult, we can always go back through the portal. Which is something that you should consider as well. If your character is a bit weaker, just fight close to the portal, and if things get dicey, get away from them, heal up, and come back. We found an unID'd monk tomb. I wonder if this will be bound to my character if I ID it with another. I should test it. Yeah, let's see if we have a key that opens this. No. I'm saving my bottles of acid for the trapdoors because they seem to have much better rewards than the regular chests. Trophy base. This is a wooden baseboard for you to mount a fish or head on. These mounts can then be used to decorate your home. Simply single-click this board and select use. You can then target the corpse of a creature or fish. If it can be mounted, then you create a trophy and take it with you. We can do this with a whole lot of stuff. Let's see if this works on this demon in here, but let's finish looting first. This fiendish cloth, it's not only expensive, but it's pretty, which is very important. Single click, use here. And now we have the mounted head of Mazel the Fiend. That's really nice. Oh, this bastard stole something from us. He stole our cheese. Let's have our cheese back. How dare he steal our cheese? I'm sorry, my dog was also mad that our cheese was stolen. I'll mute myself for a second. It waits until I unmute myself to keep barking. What a jolly little fella. In here we have to say a password to proceed, which is Bloodstone. So once we do it, we are very close to the end of this place. We could, of course, be exploring all the side rooms. and you probably should. It isn't the first time you play through this place. I am not doing so in the interest of making the video finish in a timely manner. Let's see if I remember where we go from here. Seems like there's a lot of blocked paths in here. And we have something very important in there, which is Mangor's treasure chest. Let's just aggro this guy, make sure he's tagging along, and get inside this place. There are multiple floors with many enemies. We might have aggro a bit too many guys in here due to the paralyzers. Yeah, mana leash is always brutal in this game, especially because we have no actual mana regen, just mana leash of our own. So this is a slightly dicey room that might get you in trouble if you are not paying attention to your heals. There might also be rogues in here, so it gets hard to notice when they steal stuff from you. And once you I killed the person and it turned into a werewolf, which means I have to kill them again, and they are more powerful now. But the crisis was mostly averted at this point. Lots of dogs in the neighborhood seem to be screaming at this moment, so I'm sorry for that. I will read this and then I'll go quiet for a bit. You found the silver circle. You need all 3 silver shapes to obtain a silver key to Mangor's chamber door. When you have all 3, seek the golden skull and use it to place the shapes upon. So now we have all 3 silver items, and we can go on our adventure. Which is just coming up here. I will mute myself for a little bit. I think that, yeah, the thief stole our old belt. And one of our waters. Let him have the belt, we're not using it anymore. We do need to repair our hammer though. The shapes of the tree, this silver tabby can make the golden school speak. Perhaps those things I must find, but where? I have found them. I have found them in other quests. Let's go up here. And in here there is nothing, I believe, so let's go down. And by going down, I mean going up these stairs that are downwards. In case you're just here for Skara Brae, I don't actually follow the Let's Play. This is what we are working with at the moment. It's a very simple character. It has bludgeoning, tactics, anatomy, night shift that I haven't actually finished it yet, parry to give us some tankiness, and trapping and searching skill. The searching skill we use mostly to find the traps and to find those trapdoors like this, which are our main source of income in this character. It's a really big skill point investment, but totally worth it. It also keeps you much safer during dungeons. So if you're not a mage, it's probably a good idea to have it. Marble blocks, let's take them. I am not taking a lot of the loot we find because of the time it takes to do it. But of course when you're playing this, you do it on your own time. Gear wise, we don't have much. We have one artifact piece here and one artifact piece here that we found previously. And most other things are just fine. It's stuff that we found out of the floor in dungeons. This video that you were watching is part of a big series that took this character from absolute zero to being somewhat strong now. And if you're curious about the progression, just give it some time, watch it. I am still very new to this YouTube thing and have no intention of actually being good at this. So it's mostly UO footage with me talking in the background sometimes. I love this place. Those schools look so happy to be where they are. This person is stealing everything from us. Let's take all our stuff back. Give us our head back, our 10-foot pole, or whatever those gems are. And we have enough water. Apparently, something stole our spellbook, and I don't see it here anywhere. So let's backtrack and see if we can find it. Or just relog to see if it's not an inventory bug. Why can't I click on this corpse? Yeah, it's something solar spellbook. Let's go back because fighting the mage without them will be difficult. So it's not in here. Couldn't have been much farther back. Are you a thief? No, you're not a thief. Oh, here it is. I will actually make a fork of this game with a setting to entirely disable this mechanic. This stealing from thieves. Or make them steal like only currency or something, because imagine if you are a wizard and someone steals your grimoire, your spellbook, and you can't do anything about it. Sounds slightly frustrating, isn't it? Anyway, let's get back to the to the dungeon. Because spellbooks need to be on the top level of your bag, which is what the enemies will steal. And here's that golden skull that I have been talking about. There's a burglar and an assassin. And now let's click this skull here. You have obtained the silver key from the golden skull. Perhaps it works on the dark dart west of you. This looks like a really bad place to put a field traps in. I mean, if I was a wizard and I wanted to kill the people that come this far, I would probably put the field traps in here. And now we are in the final room, in which we will find the boss of this place. But that will be for the next episode, because this is very long already. Thank you for joining me and for hanging out. Hope this video helped you, and hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.